Da. There we go. We are live. Hello, everyone. How are we doing today?
We are live.
Excellent.
We are live.
We are live for episode 38 of Candlekeep Mysteries. Excellent stuff. So last time you broke into Fail's cottage, kind of found him in a bit of a state, stressing over how he's going to approach Vialis with the news of being jumped by a bunch of adventurers. But yeah, it went well. You beat him unconscious, ransacked his home, left his butler in a state of fear and shock, and it was all good. Yeah. So you went back to the inn, speaking to old Fargo about what you could possibly do. And you decided in the end to go to the mayor and kind of suss out what might be best to do from here and what they think on the whole thing. They got behind you with the evidence given, but they did say they needed to go to Waterdeep with this information at some point soon. They're giving you around 2 or 3 days because they do have close ties with Waterdeep, so withholding this kind of information would definitely look bad. So there's that. But also the mayor mentioned that their sister was looking into Vialis and may have gotten in too deep, whether they've been captured or they've been snaggled into the guild, not guild, cult. Yeah, who knows? We'll have to find out. But yeah, you have ample evidence of bribery and corruption that will definitely help wave yours and Kinoran's name in within Waterdeep. So that's always good. Yeah, and she's the mayor's never really been too keen on Fail and Vialis either, so that's good. So yeah, she also kind of doubled down on the location of this place that Vialis seems to be kind of hanging out outside of this little village here, so you have a good point that you're going to head towards. So yeah, it's kind of where we left off there, because you did that in the middle of the night, but you all came back and then you had a little rest with some of your pilfered wine from Fail's little cottage. But yeah, Fail is safely locked within the jail cells of this village and under the watchful eye of the trustworthy guard here. So everything should be fine. And if you can't remember, the name of the sister of the mayor was Yaeda, Yaeda. So whether she's been persuaded, corrupted, or something, we're not sure, but she seems to be in too deep, so that's another person that you need to be keeping an eye out for. Young Fargo and Yaeda. Believe that's more or less everything. So yeah, you kind of took your long rest, prepared any spells that you so wished to have for the upcoming investigation. So let's unpause and get into it.
Let's see. Okay.
I'm just doing spells real quick, so.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so everyone gets up in the morning, Kinoran earlier than most, and while he prepares his breakfast treat for everyone today, he kind of mulls over some spells that he might think he might need getting the spell components ready in his little druidic pouch or whatever. Yeah, what's everyone else up to this morning while they're preparing for the investigation?
I think we had gotten up to like a little bit of shenanigans, didn't we? I think as I went fishing.
Yeah, that is true. I remember that now. Yeah, you had already done your morning stuff. So yeah, Azza went fishing, and then Salam kind of just like walked into the river and pulled a fish out of the water that Az was just about to snag with his fishing rod.
It was a team effort.
It was a team effort, yeah. I remember that now. Yeah, that one slipped my mind. But yeah, so you all had your breakfast, yes, and added a freshly caught fish to that. Yes.
Yeah, I had made some like savory chicken or something like that with the
Yeah.
wine.
Yeah,
the
that's
ill-gotten wine.
yeah. You'd prepared something so everyone has their temporary hit point buff. Yeah.
Gave some to poor Chadwick since he never gets any.
Yeah, he gets a taste, but he doesn't get the buff. But he'll be fine, I'm sure.
Only a taste.
Yes.
Yes, more.
So, anything else to prepare before heading out towards this location?
What time do we want to get in there?
That's a good question.
This another night raid.
I'm trying to recall. We know that Lord Vialis is not going to stay here long. I think, right? That's what we got from the
That
commune
was
with the god.
more aimed at Fail than Vialis, I think.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. It was Farrell. Yep, you're right.
We know about the hidden location that they're shipping supplies to,
Mm-hmm.
because Pharaoh pointed us in the direction.
Yeah,
But we
a
don't
lot
know
of
how
things
many
point that
people
way.
were there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing something, but we don't know what. We could head out early and try to see like the foot traffic to get an estimate of numbers, and then try to get closer later on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Do
Good
we still have to wear the disguises?
That's up to you.
It sounds like. It sounds like. What was his name? Fair?
Feral? Yeah. That
Sounds
one.
like it sounds like Pharaoh hadn't told his boss about the encounter yet.
Mhm.
Maybe we don't have to put on disguises.
Yeah. I mean, you
They're
only
hard for
put
me to
them on
make
for the
mine
benefit of him. Yeah. Well, at the prospect of dropping disguises, Chadwick is very keen on getting his usual appearance back.
I can spend all day getting your hair black.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll take too long to revert me and Chadwick, but if somebody just has, makeup and a mustache glued on, then it would be easy.
Mm.
Well, I think that the only person who could actually point this out of a crowd is already taken care of.
That is what I meant.
I believe we did make sure that Farrell was gagged, just in case he had any magical capabilities.
Mm. Yes, he's under as much security as they can afford, which will account for any potential magic shenanigans.
Shenanigans. I don't see any shenanigans. Or a bunch of malarkey.
So yeah, you're all currently just finishing your breakfast in the inn. A few locals come in and out, but yeah, you're free to set off to the spot on the map that you have been directed to whenever you're ready.
Lom is ready.
I'm
He's
ready.
ready.
Alright then.
Yes, the sooner we take care of this, the sooner we can get our names cleared and be on our way.
Alright, so you head out of Greenfast, taking the road towards Daggerford, let's say. So you head on out this way, past the old big Greenfast sign. So the route takes you about an hour of outside of Greenfast, and you kind of follow a trail that looks to be not well travelled, quite abandoned, I'd say, and it leads to an equally long abandoned and crumbling stone tower that you see as you start to grow closer. So yeah, that's what you see as you approach. Yeah, and amidst a grove of gnarled scrub trees stands a half-fallen stone tower. You see the top part, well, the top half, and the top of the bottom half. Yeah, that you see the top of the bottom half before you see the kind of grounds around the tower. So once you get closer, though, you see that rough workers' tents, piles of timbers and tools are scattered about to show that the site appears to be under reconstruction, though it seems little headway has been made in restoring the tower to its former supposed glory.
What kind of numbers are we looking at here?
Ooh, let's have a look. Let's see. So you could roll perception to kind of give a scan of the area and have a look.
Yes. Let's do it. Go on, perception roll, please.
All right, I rolled a 10. I have to say, roll a 10. Good times ahead.
Okay. So yeah, a few of you maybe look in the right parts, maybe some of you don't. But you can see there's quite a number of tents around. It could comfortably accommodate a force of maybe 20 or so construction workers, but yeah, especially with the natural 20 giving you a 21 and then Salam's 22, you kind of look around and yeah, you kind of give it a closer look. Seems that the whole idea of construction might be a ruse. You kind of look closer at the timbers and that would be used to shore up and rebuild the tower walls. They look like they've been kind of left there for a long time, and so as you squint and look, strain your eyes, you swear you see there's the beginnings of rot on a lot of these timbers, and some of the tools look as if they've been just left where they are and are starting to gather rust. You don't seem to notice anyone inside the tents or moving around the grounds of the construction site at the moment. Yeah. But there's quite a fair few tents there, enough to accommodate a decent sized force of construction workers.
Well, that is certainly strange. It looks like they're not actually building anything at all. Some of the wood is rotted and the tools rusted. It makes no sense. Why spend that much money on building supplies just to have them go wasted?
I think something else is afoot. They're willing to throw away this much money on resources. They're putting up a front.
need to figure out
toes.
what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's why don't I get a bird's eye view of the area?
I think that's a good idea.
And I will turn into a raven.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, so you can turn into a raven and get an eye look around from the sky. Let's see. Yeah, you can do another perception from the sky if you so, yeah, if you want to. Okay, so you can confirm that there appears to be, you can't see anyone kind of moving around this site or in and out of the tents, and as you kind of fly over the tower, since it's falling apart and you can kind of see down through the tower, you can't make anyone out inside the tower either, but at the inside at the base, you can see there appears to be a staircase leading downwards, and no one near the staircase that you can see either.
It's just like a staircase in the ground.
Yeah, kind of like in the foundation of the tower on the ground floor. It's all
Gotcha.
hollow down
Okay.
to the ground, and then kind of like just amongst the rubble and disheveledness of the tower, there's a clear staircase going into the ground.
Okay. I will return to the party and relay that.
Yeah, so Salam returns and then just transforms back into himself and relays this all to you. Oop. Chadwick kind of looks. Has he always been able to do that?
What, the bird form? Yes.
No, okay. What did you see then, Salam?
There's stairs in the tower leading down.
Ah, interesting.
So it seems like we'll be exploring the basement then.
Like it.
Oh goody. And I thought we were gonna be somewhere pleasant.
Okay,
Did you
so
see any
rather-
did you see any guards out front, Salam?
No, I didn't see anyone. I saw nobody, right?
no, you didn't see anyone at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably overconfidence or incompetence, one of the others. One of them.
Well, should we move in and get a closer look?
Yeah.
Do it.
Let's try to be quiet as much as we can.
Hmm. So you're moving into the tent construction site area then, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're doing it quietly, do you want to roll stealth then?
Yep.
Go.
Keenan Arnold use pass without trace.
Alright. Yeah, so Kieran quickly casts that, and you all move on in with the help of Pass Without Trace. So yeah, Kane goes from
Congrats.
4 to 14, Salam goes to 13. Has
Good stealth today, guys.
11. Jeez.
Might as
Wow.
well just trip down these stairs.
Thankfully, with the Pass Without Trace, you make some. You don't make too much noise, but 11 is not great. So yeah, you kind of head on into the campsite area, kind of stealthily, but you kind of trip on some of the awning of the tents and perhaps rustle the odd bush or whatnot. But yeah, nothing seems to be looking towards your towards the ruckus you're making. But you know, 11's not terrible.
Above a 10, it can't be that bad.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you do seem to be quiet, but you have been quieter. But yeah, so nothing seems to be happening so far, but you kind of confirm what you saw at a distance. Construction tools laid about, rusted. A lot of the timber is starting to rot. And yeah, the tents, you kind of stick your head in, and they look like they've been used, but yeah, no one seems to be around.
Was there, when I was flying around or just looking it from the ground, was there like a larger tent that would look like maybe it was for somebody important?
No, they seem to all be relatively standard tents.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you then push on into the tower, and you step on into the crumbling tower and stand at the top of the stairs. And it seems to go deep, deep, deep down.
Watch your steps.
Yeah, it leads down into the darkness here.
Good job.
So yeah, if there's nothing else, you can descend the steps and see what you find.
Yeah, let's let's go.
Okay. Yeah, so you descend the steps that seem to go on for longer than you would think. Maybe you were expecting to find a basement, but this, if it is a basement, it seems to go down very, very far. So yeah, let's switch on over.
Do the steps just go like straight down, or are they like switchback, or?
They just seem to descend for quite a time. They don't really go back on themselves. It's not like a horrendous amount of depth, but it's more than a flight of stairs into a basement.
Okay.
So how are you going down here? I presume you're maintaining your stealth and that. And what's your marching?
I don't think we were maintaining it. I think we were re-stealthing. Because we were kind of searching around the tents and stuff, and then we would re-stealth to go down the stairs.
Okay. You can re-roll then.
Let's see. There is. There we go. Rolling over my thing. Rolling over it. maybe a little better. A little. Wow.
Okay. There we go. So the lowest now is 13 then. Let's have a look see. Da, 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 da. Here we go. All right. Okay then. So you head on down the stairs, and yeah, you feel like you're a bit more stealthy than before. Let me just rearrange something. You keep your silence as you're heading down, and the kind of air around you grows cold, and it's dark, but then you start to see a light ahead. So let's get that ready. Okay. Okay, so the stairs descend before opening. Oh, what's your marching order so I can place you accordingly at the bottom?
First.
So yeah, Az will
I'll be
first.
I'll be next to Azza.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Kane will
Kinorn
be somewhere in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Kinorn will be right behind Kane with Chadwick in the back.
Okay, so like, I guess, kind of like this then, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the stairs descend before opening up into a chamber of worked stone. Two braziers flank the entrance, burning with an unnatural aquamarine light. Pillars stand in 2 rows, each carved with the visages of otherworldly creatures. A fountain flows quietly at the far end of the room in front of a double door. Another door stands along the west wall, and the wall opposite that appears to have collapsed, revealing a rough passageway beyond. As you creep down, you also notice that there are 4 figures kind of standing, looking around here. And let's just to check. Okay, and can you roll perception as well, please? Okay.
Come on, that dice look cocked.
Nailed it.
So Kane and Azza, you also spot in the perhaps darker parts of the rooms. Those who didn't spot, maybe their just eyes are just drawn to the humanoid figures, but also you spot some weird-looking creature floating around as well. That looks like this.
Tentacle with brains and beak.
Mm-hmm.
Who could have ever heard of such a thing?
You see one of these. So Azza and Kane, you spot one of these things kind of just floating around perhaps the darker parts of the room. So you've gotten to here, maybe a little, maybe not exactly here on the map, but you're close enough to kind of see that, and it doesn't look like the cultists have spotted you.
How shall we?
Refreshing my view because I didn't see anything.
Oh, is the
Dark.
page not loaded for you?
It was just black. It's not the gray. It's just black.
Does anyone else have any problems for seeing stuff?
No.
I'll replace Keener in.
So the old man has gone blind. What a tragedy.
Any better?
There it is. Yep.
Excellent.
Thank you.
So yeah, you can see the 4 cultists, everyone, and then Azza and Kane also spot the 2 bizarre creatures kind of floating around the darker parts of the room.
So,
Should we do this quietly, or should we turn this into an all-out brawl?
it's easy initiative.
I turn back to Kane and go, I think this would be a great time for one of your fireballs.
That's what I was thinking, but
Make it quick. Before they knows us. Please.
Kane will give like a devious smile, and you see a small bead of fire start coming from his hands. He's gonna
Alright.
cast Fireball.
Okay.
They're in danger.
Throw that shit down.
Oh, I can't get all of them, but I can get most of them.
Hey, that's good enough. So DC 16 dexterity saving throw as you hurl a ball of fire towards these people. So dexterity save.
That's a really cool graphic.
That is a cool graphic.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Excellent. Oh, I'm still on private.
Does it look like a fireball or more like an oil fire? Alright, looks pretty good.
Oh wow, I rolled reasonably well. It was private, so let me just photo that for you. So I
Yeah,
can,
what are you
All
hiding?
natural 20s.
maybe not that well, but
You always roll good saving throws.
here we go. There you go. So I'm not pulling the wool over your eyes. So the Grell got a 20, the Cultist 19. So if we go, so Grell is fine. So we'll go from the top to the bottom, left to right for the Cultists, if that's okay with you guys. So this guy passes, this guy fails, this guy fails, this guy passes. So 27 on the fails. And half as much on the others, so that's 13. Okay, and then we will roll initiative and see how things go. So yeah, there is just like the eerie kind of creepy silence of this place, which is just cut short by a explosion that just erupts in the center of the room. 2 of the cultists are caught completely off guard and are almost vaporized. They kind of emerge from the ball of fire, just all of their clothes just almost burnt off, and they're just covered in horrendous burn and scorch marks. The other 2 look scorched, but for the most part seem to be fine. Okay, let's get rid of that.
You need to change my initiative to a 7.
I
From a
can do.
5 to a 7.
Can do.
High roller.
Yep. Even with advantage, I rolled like shit this time.
Let's see how these
We're not
guys
rolling
do.
very well today, are we, guys?
No,
I
we're
love
not.
I love when I roll advantage before Akron. I can see myself at the top of the list, and then it's just plummets like an anchor.
Keenerin, did you not roll?
I should have.
What did you get?
Your score's on there.
You got
11.
an 11.
11. Okay.
I was right after the fireball, so.
Let's. Oh wait, you're in there twice. That's cool. How does that work?
Works because we say it does.
There we go. That works. I don't know. Alright, so yeah, we'll begin the combat here. So yeah, this cultist cries out in pain and then just yells out intruders, draws a scimitar and just comes running at you guys. Followed by his friend. So they'll run up and they'll take the dodge action since they can't quite get to you. Kane,
What
you're
assholes.
up.
These two are looking good, right?
No, they look fucking burnt up. Yeah, the two that just ran at you are the ones that took the full force of the fireball. They're kind of just like hobbling up, kind of just wincing and just screaming in pain. And they have this like manic look in their face.
I'll level
Typical
1
cultist
magic missile,
behavior.
the one in front of Azza.
Okay. All of it onto him.
Yeah, why not? Let's make sure he dies.
Okay, so 4. Okay, 7. 11 damage. Alright, so you send 3 bolts of energy sailing towards this cultist as it just runs up, starts running up the stairs, drawing its scimitar, just screeching profanity at you, and you just nail him in the chest, and you just kind of blow him off his feet, and he takes a tumble backwards, and as he hits the steps you hear a crack and you see his like head get thrown in a unnatural angle, and he kind of just tumbles down the stairs dead.
Gains it back up a bit, and that's gonna be his turn.
Okay, over to this one. So this one makes it this far and takes the dodge action, and we go over to Chadwick. So
You guys are real dicks.
Chadwick will send. Let's see, what is he gonna use?
Always.
He'll just do a good old fireball at the closest one. That will be at disadvantage, won't it? So let's roll that again.
There's always ways around the dodge action.
16. So that still hits for 14 damage. Nice. Yeah, it hits the cultist, but the cultist is still going. Over to Keenerin.
Keenorn will just fire a guiding bolt at this lad here.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. Guiding bolt.
Yeah. Was he taking the dodge action as well, I think? Yeah.
If he is, I'll roll again.
Yeah, just roll the hit again.
Of course.
Yeah,
Don't
he was
consume.
the one that went first in the turn order. So yeah, that hits, so that's 12 radiant damage. So you send a bolt of radiant energy which hits him and then shatters into this like coating of radiant energy that seems to burn bright and kind of eat into him, and the magic just seems too much and he just collapses dead.
Oh.
Wow.
But that's it for Keenerin.
Yeah, alright. So now we'll go over to this guy, who will come floating towards you.
Watched him float like 60 feet a turn. Holy shit, they're fast!
So this one doesn't take the dodge action, it uses its action to dash and get closer, so it only gets that far though. So no dodging, but it did dash. So we go over to Salam.
I will move up to the weird looking thing then,
Mm-hmm.
and I will attack with my flail.
Ooh.
Alright, 12 hits.
Holy shit.
Look at the big dumb brain on this one. It's soft.
Just smack him with a giant book. Alright, 8
Dummy.
bludgeoning damage. You swing your flail and hit it in the brain. The spine of the book kind of leaves like an imprint of the spine into its soft brain, and it kind of wobbles around in the air slightly from the impact. Anything else?
Yeah. That'll show him.
Nah, I don't really want to waste stuff on these guys.
Okay. Ooh, wait, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and then he will take the dodge action. And this one will move on up as well, dashing, and then we go over to Azza. You feel
Well,
your
hell, it blocked my route to flank.
yeah, you feel your sword hunger for action.
Well, I think it's gonna have to wait, because I'm definitely looking at a spell. Like, wouldn't it be awfully nice if these people just got hit by a thunder wave?
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm checking. See if that's a dex or a con save.
Dex?
I think
I'm
that's
not
a
sure.
con.
Is it?
I think
Oh.
it's
con.
con.
Ah,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
okay.
it's con.
Alright. So if
So-
I move here,
Mm-hmm.
the cube is, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't do cube spells a lot.
it's like you'll get those
It
three.
should get all of them. Because it's a 15-foot cube, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, you move forwards, and however you cast the spell, you send out a wave of thunderous sound. Yeah.
So everyone makes a Constitution save. The DC is 14. Wait.
I
Ooh.
heard the whoosh.
So 2 fails and 1 save. He sends a thunderous wave of energy buffeting those in your path. And it's like kicking a load of dust up off the floor, and the flames in the room flicker from it as well. And that kind of rumbling, thunderous sound kind of echoes throughout the room. So 6 damage. So fail.
And the ones who failed got pushed 10 feet away.
Okay, so he passed. Is it half as much on a save?
Yes, for the damage.
Okay,
And no push.
yeah, so they are pushed 10 feet away, so let's see, 5, 10. Yeah, why not? Yes. As you send a thunderous wave over, this cultist is caught off guard. The initial damage kind of blows his eardrums out and kind of just rattles him wildly. He starts falling backwards and trips and lands on the stairs, badly killing him. He only had 2 hit points left, so the spell didn't kill him, but falling backwards down onto the stairs did. Especially since he critical failed that dexterity saving throw.
Ooh.
Very good. So back to the top of the turn order.
I still have movement. I'll go there.
Mhm.
As soon as Azza does that spell, I just look at him and go, "Shh."
He's like, what?
Dare you?
Ew.
Alright, over to Kane.
I put a finger over my lips.
All right. Kane's gonna try to hit. mm, yeah, I'm gonna throw a firebolt at the floating brain at the bottom.
Alright, go for it. 16, yeah, that hits the Grell. So 12 fire damage. Alright. Solid hit. Kind of hit it in the side of the brain, and the bolt of fire goes bouncing off it, leaving a unhealthy looking scorch mark on its soft brain.
All right, that's my turn.
Okay, over to Chadwick. What's he gonna do? Okay, so he kind of rubs his hands together. Maybe I'll try one of these new ones I've been working on. So he conjures a shadowy looking hand which goes zooming towards the closest Grell to try and rake it with its shadowy claws. 13. Yeah, 13 hits. You see him send like a shadowy hand which kind of chills the air around it, and it just goes over to the Grell and kind of grabs on and digs its kind of shadowy fingers into the brain and kind of just scratches it horrendously. And he deals 6
Ew.
necrotic damage. And I believe it can't heal, or yeah, it can't regain hit points until the start of its next turn, as the hand clings to the target. So there's like this kind of chilling, shadowy hand which is just like gripping this Grell. And we go over to Keenerin.
Keenerin will move in a little bit closer. The does not exist in the embedded collection. Let's see.
Huh?
I cannot seem to move Keenerin for some reason.
How about now?
See if you can. Let's see. Nope, won't let me move him
I'll
still.
replace you.
Okay.
Put you there.
Keenerin just does not like this place. Let's see. Yep, that works. Okay. Oh boy. You know what? He doesn't use it very often, but he's going to attempt to shoot this lad with a short bow. Was he taking the? He was taking the dodge action, right?
Yeah. So the Grells were dashing, but the cultists, if they didn't get to you, would move and then take the dodge action. So they're being a bit more cautious when caught out in the open.
Okay. Yeah, so he'll. Let's see. Oof. It's only 10.
Yeah, 10's gonna miss, unfortunately. He sees you draw your short bow, and then he kind of ducks as the arrow is fired at him.
Alright, that'll be it for Keenerin.
Okay. Oh, over to the Grell then. So the Grell will float back towards Salam, and yes. So it will float towards you, Salam, kind of outstretching its tentacles. So Let's see how that goes. 18. What was
Yeah.
it? That's a miss. Yep. So it misses with its tentacles, but then it will go in for a bite with its beak. That's gonna hit.
You got a cheeky beaky.
Anything in reaction to that before I roll the damage?
No.
Okay. It misses you with the tentacles, however, it kind of gets in to your area and kind of just bites down on you with its beak, causing 7 piercing damage. And then we go over to your Salam.
My turn.
Mm-hmm.
I will attack the one that is. Actually, which one looks worse?
Out of the grells.
Yeah, out of the Grell.
They're very close with their hit points.
Okay, I'll just do the one I have advantage on then. The one I'm
Mhm.
flanking. So the one in between me and Azza.
Yeah. Okay, 24 hits for 9 damage. Okay. So you hit the Grell, and it kind of buffets around in the air and kind of lets out a wet squawk, whatever that sounds like.
Do it for us.
You'll have to use your imagination for that one, I'm afraid. Yes, I'm sure. Maybe next time. I'll try and think on that one. Maybe if I tried squawking with some water in my mouth or something, but I'd probably choke, and that wouldn't go well. Alright, anything else?
Is it not dead?
No, it's not dead. It's a tough brain monster, this one. Over to the cultist then, if that's everything.
Trying to decide if I want to waste a spiritual weapon or not. Nah, fuck it. It's fine.
Alright. So yeah, we go over to the cultist. I'll run up and flank Azza and attack him while his back is turned with his scimitar.
Wow.
I don't even notice he's there.
You don't even yeah, you don't even notice he's there. You just hear some kind of weak effort at an attack behind you, and you feel a slight breeze go past the back of your head. Okay. The Grell will turn to you, Azza, and he'll try and attack you with its tentacles.
Oh my.
22. So you need to do a Constitution saving throw as this thing kind of wraps its tentacles around you. DC 11.
I can pass a DC 11 Constitution save, he says before failing.
Mm-hmm.
Famous last words.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, come on!
So
Alright, you
yeah,
got me.
you fail. So you are poisoned for 1 minute. Let's see, Constitution will be poisoned for 1 minute. The poison target is paralyzed. Is there really that?
Feels
So
good,
DC 11
mister.
Constitution saving throw or be poisoned for 1 minute. The poison target is paralyzed, and it can repeat its saving throw at the end of each of its turns. And you're grappled as well by this thing. So yeah, it's gonna go in for a bite with its beak, so it has advantage, and I think that also means it would be an automatic crit if it hits.
Yep.
22, that's a hit.
That
should be doubled.
I've still got at least my feet. So
So that's 10 piercing. Yeah. So you got your feet. Yeah, that'll reduce it by 3.
now, are the tentacles also non-magical slashing, piercing, bludgeon?
Oh,
Or are they all poison?
oh wait, I didn't roll damage for the tentacles. Hold on. Let's see.
Well, I shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's where's that? 11
It's 11.
normal
11.
piercing for the tentacles. Yeah.
Okay.
So
piercing
it's
them.
normal piercing, not poison. So all of the damage is normal.
Got
Yeah.
it. My feet procs,
Yes.
but I
For
am
both
still
of those.
paralyzed all the same.
Yes. Alright, Azza, so you are paralyzed and grappled, so yeah, you can't really do much, but you can repeat your saving throw. You have flashbacks of the time with the ghouls all those days ago.
Fucking hate ghouls.
Was it ghouls or was it ghasts?
Ghouls.
Yeah. Yep, that passes, so you shake it off the poison, but you are still grappled by this creature.
I take a deep breath. Be careful. Their tentacles have some paralyzing poison.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's certainly
Over
all of my
here,
turn.
you see a hooded figure kind of peek out, look over the situation, and you see his eyes grow wide, and then he quickly turns to go back where he came,
Fuck.
and he dashes.
Fuck out. Alright, Brett, we don't take too kindly to your taps around these parts.
And we go over to Kane.
I'm firebolt the one in front of Salam.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Firebolt. 23 hits for 15. Yep. And these things, well, the one on the left is looking bloody, the one on the right not so much.
I'm going to use 2 sorcery points to quicken spell, and I'm gonna throw a chaos bolt at the same one.
Same one, yeah. Okay.
Oh.
You had me for a moment then, every time. That's a
I thought it
miss,
was a crit
unfortunately.
again.
You need to fix that dice.
That
Yeah.
dice sucks.
Yeah, you conjure the chaotic bolt. However, you don't have a hold on the magic, and it fizzles and cracks and kind of just explodes in front of you, not achieving anything.
That's
Okay.
my turn.
Alright, we'll go over to Chadwick. Okay, let's see. Oh wait, he should have had a long rest, so he should have that spell slot back. Okay. So he will
Okay, yeah, fitful night.
he will cast Chromatic Orb at the target Kane just tried to hit. And he will also
Jesus
miss.
Christ.
Over to Keenerin.
You win some, you lose some.
Kieran will move to Hereabouts, bonus action Shillelagh, and try and hit this guy.
Okay.
Oh my.
Oh my god, you guys.
It is not going well. You conjure your Shillelagh enchantment on your staff, but you swing and miss. Over to the
Somebody
Grell.
has
Different
offended the
meter.
dice gods.
Right, I know.
Is that
But
everything?
that's it for Kieran.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So this Grell looks pretty beat up, but it's tenacious and perseveres. It'll try again with the tentacles on Salam. It will miss, and it will go in for the beak attack again, and it will miss that as well. Over to
I
Salon.
miss the days when it was Salam that was being abused.
Yeah, those days seem to have passed.
Yeah, apparently I'm not cursed anymore. I don't know what happened.
It's the
Because it was
blessing of
really
Saloon.
bad for a while.
Yeah.
Like, it was really bad. Okay, I am going to Misty Step to there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you kind of come into this area here. What's it? B3. Okay.
30.
So let's. Yeah, you emerge into a tunnel that opens up through the crumbling wall of the antechamber. It's illuminated by a single brazier, and at the end of the passage you see a set of curving stone stairs descending further into darkness, and you see the same hooded figure kind of running, panting towards those steps.
I will attempt to grapple him.
Alright. So yeah, you misty step and go sprinting towards him and dive at him to try and grapple him. Alright, very good. He will compete with acrobatics. And yeah, surprise, surprise, he fails. So yeah, you dive forward and just like grab him wherever and restrain him.
I'm going to cover his mouth so he can't yell.
Yeah, so you kind of just put one big arm around the middle and then just use the other free arm to cover his mouth with your hand.
And then I'll whisper into his ear, "Shh, now, be quiet."
He tries to bite on your hand. He's not gonna shush. But yes, anything else?
That is my whole turn. I used everything.
Alright, over to the cultist. Let's see. He's not threatened by the critical fail shillelagh, so he'll continue his attack on Azza. 18. What's your AC again? 17. That hits then, so you take 7 slashing that you can use your feet to reduce. Then we go over to the Grell. It still has you grappled. It can still use its tentacles, so you kind of throw off the poison, but you feel the tentacles begin to wrap around you and tighten its grip to try and put that poison into you again. However, it is unsuccessful, so it kind
Just
of
pumping poison to my armor plating.
yeah, it goes in for a bite though, and manages to kind of pull you in for a nice little nibble, and you feel the beak kind of nuzzle into that gap in the armor and kind of bite down on you, and it's not very pleasant. As it kind of like works its way in there, its kind of brain kind of just pushes up against your face, and it's not pleasant to say the least. Okay, and then it goes over to your turn.
I'm not grappled with it. It's grappled with me.
Yeah.
Last one. Let's keep it simple.
Mm-hmm.
2
Ooh, breaking up a bit there. What's the first one on?
I mean, it's on the ground.
On the growl. So yeah, 20 hits for 8 slashing. Yeah, that works.
Second swing, same target.
Alright, 24 for 12 damage. Alright, so you cut deeply into the growl, and you chop off a few of the tentacles, whether it is still alive and still has its grip on you. Yeah, they're quite tanky. I've reduced their health a little bit for if they come up again now. If they've been eating their Wheaties. Anything else, Azza?
Yeah. So, second wind.
For 13 healing. Yeah, you take a
That
breath
puts me
and
back
brace
to-
your body and push through the pain, getting 13 healing. Okay, over to this cult fanatic here, if that's everything from Azza.
It is.
Alright. Okay, let's see. How much did you beat him by? Where was this? It was quite a bit. 14 here. Beat him by 10. Yeah. At this point, he's probably gonna just try and break free. So, to break free, does he roll his athletics or acrobatics against your strength? Is it, or is it just
Yeah,
yeah?
it's another contested roll if he wants to break free. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
So he'll try and break free using his acrobatics to try and worm out. So 14.
Oof,
Uh.
barely kept it.
Wait, how does that work? So if he's trying to go against you and you meet, yeah, it kinda,
Everything stays the same.
stays the same. Yeah, yeah, it's a weird looking one, but yeah. So you almost feel him kind of just drop down and slip out. Maybe his robes are a bit loose, and that kind of almost gives him the kind of end to get out. But you tighten your grip and keep him held. Alright then, so in that case, as a bonus action, he will conjure a spiritual weapon to come to his aid.
Fucker.
Boy.
So, let's see, a kind of bloody kind of sickle just appears in the air and will attack. So I've never used this. When I use it as a bonus, does it get its attack on as soon as it's... Yeah. So 19, yeah? 19
hit.
hits for 7 force damage. So yeah, this
I do not like this guy.
bloody sickle appears in the air and kind of starts to try and carve you up. Okay, over to Kane.
I don't like these guys. How are the brains looking, the girls?
They're looking pretty beat. The one on the right looks a little bit more beat than the other, but yeah, they're both definitely bloodied up.
Alright, I'm gonna firebolt the one on the right.
Okay. Yeah, that's the one that's also grappled Azza.
Oh my
it's a crit
God.
miss.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah, so you send a bolt of fire that misses the Grell and only narrowly misses Azza as well. So that was a close call. Almost hit the wrong target there. If
Kane's just gonna move around and hopefully gets his aim better. That'll be his turn.
Alright. Let's see there. Setting off fireworks. Let's see now. He is going to... He is going to try and attack the one as well. That has a hold of Azza, so he's going to try and save his comrade. So that's a 17 that hits.
Ooh.
9 damage. It's barely standing. Over to Keenerin.
He's just gonna swing his shillelagh again, trying to hit this cultist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a hit this time.
That's a
6
little better.
damage. And you kind of readjust, and you kind of crack him in the throat with it, and he kind of coughs raspily. And yeah, he is looking bloodied. Anything else?
That'll be it for Keenerin.
Okay, so this Grell is gonna float on up the stairs. Over to Kane and Azza. It's gonna try the tentacles on Kane and the beak on Chadwick.
Oh, no.
11. What's your AC? 12.
That
That's
misses. It's 12.
nice. It'll try and bite Chadwick. It'll
Ooh.
get that though. 8 damage as it bites into Chadwick. So it kind of like throws its tentacles at you, Kane, but you kind of bat them away, but you still come into contact with them and they feel very, very wrong. It kind of lists to the side and then kind of bites Chadwick in the arm with its beak. And we go over to Salam. We have this fanatical cult fanatic fanatically finagling his spells at you. Yes.
Yeah, I guess I will also throw up a spiritual weapon.
They can duel. Let them fight. Excellent. Alright, let's get your spiritual weapon out then.
For a 23 to hit.
I'll use that as to
Or
mark
7
mine.
damage.
7 damage. Okay, nice.
And then, since I'm grappling him, I'm guessing I can't make an attack with my flail, but could I do an unarmed strike but flavor it as me trying to choke this guy out?
Yeah. I mean, are there rules for like kind of like choking someone out? I know there's like holding
don't
your
think
breath
so.
rules. Like it's like
I
you're-
just want to do it as damage. Like I'm just flavoring the unarmed strike
Yeah.
as choking him out.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I'll
That's
just
that's fine.
I'll just roll to hit, and he'll just take 4 damage if it hits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, well, I guess what's the rules for like holding your breath? Was it to do with your constitution?
It's your con. It's 1 minute plus your con.
Yeah. So that would be he would have to be able to hold his breath for 2 minutes, and that would be a long number of rounds to kind of wait
so
while you
that's-
kind of
that's
choke
what I
him
mean.
out.
It's just kind of
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking.
Mm.
That's what I was saying. Just do the unarmed strike, but flavor it as like choking him out.
Yeah, that's fine. There's probably some homebrew rules out there for choking someone out, I'm sure.
15 to hit.
15 hits, yeah?
Okay, so he takes 4 damage then.
Alright. You start choking him out. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna drag him
Mm-hmm.
15 feet this way.
Okay, so yeah, you drag him that way. Alright, and then we go over to this cultist. Yeah, you kind of just got hit by Keenerin, so he'll turn his attention to him and... yeah?
Can I say something real quick too?
Yeah, sure, what's up?
I just kind of want to like say around the corner, like not like yelling necessarily, but loud enough that my companions will hopefully hear me.
Mm-hmm.
I've got one held here. He's trying to escape to go get reinforcements. I could use some aid.
Yeah, I'd say Azza and Keenerin definitely hear that. Not so sure. Probably not Chadwick or Kane.
Fair enough.
But yeah, so the cultist will turn to Keenerin and try and attack him with his scimitar.
Oh no.
And he will miss horrendously. So we'll go over to the Grell. It will again do its tentacles on Azza. miss. Oh, that should have been advantage actually, since he's flanked. Still misses. Then he'll kind of go to the side and try and take a bite out of Keenerin. And miss as well. Okay, Azza, you're up.
Damn, I should have done this then. Oh well. Doing 2 attacks. Booming Blade, then bonus action attack using War Magic. Let's see how it works. Okay, that's not correct. Not correct.
Yeah, you just enchant your weapon with the booming blade. Yeah. And then
I
attack.
forgot that button didn't work.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with booming blade in this.
Well, there's the attack roll. It's asking me if I want to do shield. I do not. That's weird.
What's what's going on? Just like roll
I haven't-
your normal attack, I guess.
He did. He rolled
Yeah.
a 13.
Oh, 13, yeah. Oh, there it
Plus
is.
stuff.
Yeah, so
this is
13 hits, so 11 slashing. Yeah, and it says it hits Keenerin and yourself as well. Very nice.
No.
Alright.
I forgot that button was useless.
So yeah, you hit this grell with your booming blade. As you cut deeply into it, the blade lets out a boom and the floating brain just explodes, coating yourself, Keenerin, the steps and the walls with just like a mixture of tentacles, blood, bits of brain, and kind of shards of beak as well.
Oh, then that means I still have another attack. So I turn around as a bonus action, and you know what? I didn't know it was there, and I'm more concerned about this.
You'll get a
Run this
attack
way.
of opportunity then. You'll try and swipe at
Yeah,
you
take
as you
it.
go. So 20,
He got me.
he got you for 2. So you can reduce it to a minimum of 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 1 slashing damage. He kind of catches you only just as you kind of dash on up the steps there.
Yes, extra dashingly.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It-
It's being screwy again.
Yeah, so a
Okay,
window pops
remember.
up saying, Azza gets hit by an attack. Would you like to roll shield? And it's just like,
I don't know what's
no,
going
I
on
would
there.
not actually.
Do you have yourself like targeted or something?
Maybe.
Yeah, you might have to target the enemy.
Yeah, I think you've got yourself targeted, maybe, or something. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's a hit. So yeah, 13 slashing damage. Yeah.
13's.
Yeah, you run on up and like
Good.
slash the back of this floating brain that is attacking your comrades, leaving a deep cut.
Do you see 13 damage? Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
Never mind. It
Okay.
literally just showed up.
Yeah. Anything else?
Pass.
Alright. Over to the cult here that's being dragged away. So, yes, let's see. It will use its bonus to get the spiritual weapon to do the thing. As a bonus action on your turn, you can move and repeat the attack. Yeah. So it will move up and attack you. So let's do that. Spiritual weapon. So 17 misses. Oh well. Okay, and then let's see. He will kind of wriggle and worm, and then he'll kind of grab a hold of you and cast inflict wounds at 2nd level.
Big boy spell.
If he hits, oh baby.
All right.
Silvery barbs,
That-
maybe.
Yeah, that's gonna be a silvery barbs for sure.
Okay, I just want to see what the damage would have been though. 50. That would have been fucking tasty.
That'd have been
Alright.
fucking ridiculous.
So I need to re-roll that then, yeah?
Yeah.
Too much damage.
Oh no, I did that as a level 1.
You've gotta be fucking kidding me.
Okay, so I cast that as level 1 actually, so I need to re-roll that to a level 2. Is there anything else you could do to...
Die?
So, let's do...
That's the most ridiculous. What the fuck? Seriously? I am cursed.
What the fuck? That's like 3 crits in a row, that's...
That's fucking obscene.
Yeah. So let's see what the damage is. 47. So not as bad as 50, but yeah. You take 47 necrotic damage as this guy just like digs his like fist into you and just unleashes this like wave of sickening necrotic energy that just penetrates your very being, and like you just feel faint, and your hair kind of loses its color even though it's dyed. Like maybe your hair grows quickly, so your roots are beginning to show, but like the skin beneath your fur and the roots kind of pale, and you kind of sway on the spot. Yeah, this guy's gonna get cultist of the week here. Jeez. All right, that's gonna
Fucking
be his
ridiculous.
turn. Over to Kane.
I'm going to shocking grasp this guy.
All right. So
I should have advantage.
yeah.
That's a 15 damage. Let's see.
So yeah, you got advantage. So that's a hit for 15 lightning damage. So you kind of lunge forwards and kind of grab onto this beast and send a jolt of electricity coursing through it. However, it does not seem bothered with this electricity lightning that is running through its body. It kind of crackles and sparks, but the lightning doesn't seem to impact it at all. So there's that. Anything else?
Oh, they're fucking immune to lightning? Seriously?
Yep. Whoa.
I got a quicken spell.
Huh?
Yeah.
Are you gonna quicken spell? Uh-huh.
Sorry. So I'm a quicken spell. A level 2 magic missile at it.
Okay. You want this thing to go down. So yeah, roll your damage.
I clicked the wrong freaking thing.
Invisibility.
That's the wrong
Yeah, just
thing.
will it have used a spell slot when you clicked invisibility?
Yeah, but I could choose not to consume a spell for this one, so that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, just make
So,
sure you
we're all
don't
good.
lose the spell slot. Alright, so yeah, roll your darts. So, let's see, 4, 5. So 13 damage. Okay. Oh, he's still got more. There we go.
I upcast it one
Yeah,
second
very
level, so I
true,
get one
very
more.
true. Yeah, so you kind of do a scatter shot of these magical darts, which kind of just zip out and just like catch this creature off guard and pummel it, and it's just buffeted and bashed until it loses its life force and kind of just drifts off, kind of like dead, and just kind of floats off. Alright.
Alright, and then Kane's gonna run down the stairs with 30 feet of movement.
Mm-hmm.
That's my turn.
Alright. Over to Chadwick, who will follow you down as well. see the cultist there, and you will send a bolt of fire towards it, hitting for 14 damage. Okay. So yeah, it hits the cultist, and the cultist looks to be on extremely low single-digit HP. Kina in Europe.
Oh boy. Okay. What is Keenan going to do? I guess he's just gonna swing his shillelagh again. Try to knock this guy out.
Are you doing non-lethal or? There we go. Are you trying to knock
Yeah.
him
Go.
unconscious
That guy
then?
up.
No, right now Kenoran's kind of more worried about Salam, so he's just like, out of the way.
Alright, you kind of take a sidestep and then you kind of wind up to swing and you like baseball bat him in the head and you see his skull visibly break and cave in and he kind of just hits the floor twitching. He is dead, very dead. Yeah, and you kind of heard Salam cry out in agony as well. So yeah, he's probably in
For some reason I can't-
he's in a pinch.
Can't see Salam on the map.
Yeah, he's kind of, your line of sight doesn't quite catch him, so he's kind of in this tunnel bit here. So if you kind of move in that way, it'll eventually
five.
reveal him.
15,
Oh, the smell of necrotic energy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, buddy.
5,
There you go.
25, and 30 should be right. Here's about.
Yeah.
And bonus action, healing word.
You
On
see
Salam.
Salam holding on to this cult fanatic, and you kind of see him kind of like just grabbing onto Salam and like channeling this strangely potent necrotic energies into him. 11 healing with an extra
15.
15.
Oh yeah.
And that's it for Keenerin.
Alright, on to Salam.
Okay.
How'd you deal with this try-hard cult fanatic?
I'm gonna return the favor,
Oh,
and I'm going to cast Inflict Wounds on him
okay.
at second level.
Okay. So you're kind of choking him out, but then you switch to like just funneling this necrotic energy into him. So that's gonna hit.
That should be at advantage, though.
Yeah, do you want to roll again?
Okay.
All right, so 17 necrotic damage. So yeah, you
It's kind of
maybe
a shitty roll for 40-10.
yeah, you kind of recognize the spell, and you kind of maybe redirect some of the necrotic energies back out to him, and he also begins to cry out in pain, and you see his like skin sallow and start to kind of decay in front of you, where you kind of grab onto him.
How does he look?
He is bloodied, yeah. He's starting to pant heavily.
But not like on the edge of death.
No, he's still got some fight in him, definitely.
Okay, I am going to take one of my special healing potions then.
Yeah, I get it. As what? Which? As a bonus? Oh, yeah, as a bonus, right?
As a bonus, yeah.
It's a little finicky to kind of keep hold of him, but you kind of like just strong arm him and then kind of reach for your belt to grab a potion and chug that down.
Why I rolled it as the spiritual weapon, but okay. It heals for 11.
Spiritual elixir. Well, the spiritual wrap-on.
Okay. That will be my turn. Oh, no, I'll keep dragging this fucker.
Okay.
5, 10.
So yeah, you just grit your teeth and kind of drag him further out into the open. Do you want to do anything? Oh, it would be your bonus to move the spiritual weapon, so it's kind of just left
Yeah.
there. Alright,
Yeah.
so you kind of drag him with you, yeah? Do you want him to be here, or... I guess you're kind of dragging him out, so he would be either here or here.
Yeah, I think he'd probably be like right there is fine.
Yeah, okay. So, Azza, you're up. You see Keenan kind of run down off towards where Salam disappeared. And you can hear him kind of weaving some healing magic, so someone's obviously injured.
Alright. Start moving. Need to dash. See. Make it here before I see line. And I can get 60 feet right here.
Nice.
That's the turn.
Okay, so yeah, you see Salam kind of struggling with this fanatical individual. Salam looks like he's taken a pretty heavy hit. Yeah.
He looks a lot better now.
Yeah. Okay, so
He was
yeah.
looking pretty rough, but he looks a lot better now.
So now we go over to the cult fanatic. That he's kind of looking around wildly. He'll send the spiritual weapon over to you again to continue attacking you, Salam.
Oh my god.
What?
Four
I
in a row.
Curse has returned!
Are you fucking joking?
Any
I
other
can't even blow that.
silvery barbs or anything?
Curse has returned.
I have no explanation.
I'm gonna eat it just in case he does another inflict wounds and crits on that. I need to silvery barbs that shit.
Okay, let's see. So 11 force damage as this this spiritual weapon catches you off guard and cuts you deeply. And yeah, he'll cast inflict wounds, this time at first level on you.
Oh my god.
Bro,
Dude,
This-
this thing is fucking.
refresh the whole goddamn system.
This
I-
thing is fucking broken, dude. This thing
What are
is
the
seriously
odds?
broken. 5 in a row, I have never seen that before.
What are the odds?
I'll roll again.
Silvery barbs.
Okay, there we go.
No.
That shouldn't be possible.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Oh,
I don't
that shouldn't be possible. So that
No, it
one
shouldn't.
misses.
Oh my
Well-
god, you guys.
That
Well,
was
actually,
very wise
it
of
is
you to bank
technically
that spirit,
possible.
that silvery barbs. This guy has been very dutiful in his cult worshippings. He is blessed with whatever power he worships, truly. Okay, over to Kane.
This is just obscene.
This is just a welcome party.
I know, like, this is supposed to be the easy fucking fight. You should have breezed right through this. Instead, I'm fucking at 27 out of 70 HP.
Well, you did jump after the other guy, giving yourself your own private encounter.
Yeah, well,
Well,
you know,
yeah, but he's a weak ass fuck.
well, he should be.
He's a cult fanatic.
He is
Yeah, a weak ass
possessed.
fuck. We're level 7. I should be able to handle a fucking cult fanatic on my own, no problem.
Alright, 17 hits for 15
Dice.
damage.
The dice gods make all equal.
And I was cleaning up after your mess.
Yeah, so this,
No, we
you
weren't.
catch this guy, really 0.0000313% chance. Wow. Alright, this guy, yeah, he looks like he's on death's door. So if that's everything, Kane, we'll go over to Chadwick, who'll come down. And
I'm just
he'll-
like growling, kill this fucker.
Yeah, Chadwick will come on in and throw his firebolt over there as well. 12 misses. Over to Keenerin.
Keenerin will Let's fire a guiding bolt.
Okay. Yep, that hits for 18 radiant damage. You send a bolt of energy, kind of just like hits him, and the energy just kind of rushes into his body, and he begins to glow with this radiant energy, but that energy burns him from the inside out, and he goes limp in Salam's hands, arms even. And yes, that's it. So yeah, the spiritual weapon fades as he dies, and then shortly after Salam's will as well, as it expires. Alright, so that was an entrance.
Something.
By the gods, Salam, you look horrendous.
Yeah, I don't know what he did to me, but it really hurt. Well, I do know what he did to me. I don't know how he did it. Because I'm much stronger than him, and I don't think I've ever had that spell hit that hard before.
I could even see what was going on. I just saw him take 2 hits and go down.
He hit me with an inflict wounds, and it inflicted some wounds.
Chadwick will kind of nervously approach. He's, I don't have any healing magic, but I have that potion of greater healing that I got before, if you need it.
That would be great, thank you.
So yeah, he'll pass that over to you. So potion of greater healing, 4d4
I heal
plus
Salam for healing hands for 7.
4.
Nice.
Yeah, so you,
So if we take a full action to take a potion, it heals for the full amount, right?
yeah, I believe we're doing that rule. So yeah, that's
Okay,
4d4
so
plus 4.
So that's 20.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah,
Ooh,
you guys kind of tend to Salam there, while Azza goes over to investigate this this fountain.
And
So
I guess I'm gonna do 1 cure wounds at level 1 on myself as
okay. So yeah, you guys kind of stand around Salam and kind of do some much needed healing. So over to this fountain. So the fountain holds crystal clear water, and you find a silver cup sitting on the edge.
About to say I take a drink, but then I stop and think maybe that's not the best idea.
It does look nice and refreshing.
I'll wait to see what this cult worships before I take a drink of anything in here. But I'll pick up the chalice cup, whatever it was. Hold it up against the light and say, "Nice." Then I'll pocket it.
Okay.
I think it's safe to say, everyone, that there's reinforcements up the stairs. In this other room, that's where that cult fanatic guy was trying to run up to and get word to. So I think there's definitely reinforcements that way.
Yeah, so he was definitely making a run for the stairs, which go down, looking around the room.
Oh, they go down.
Yeah, they
look
go
like
down.
They go up.
Yeah, they're heading down. It's probably
Okay.
like it's like if you look here, it kind of like starts here and then maybe
Gotcha.
goes down as
Okay.
it curves around.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So yeah, you can go down that way. Looking around, you see a door over here and then 2 large double doors here. Yeah, so you kind of look around and you feel like you did make a bit of a loud entrance, but you stopped that guy from getting away, even though it kind of bit you in the ass a bit there, Salam.
I better win the fucking lottery today, because I think the odds of you hitting me with 5 nat 20s in a row are about the same as winning the lottery.
how it feels.
Kane's gonna go ahead and put his ear up to the door down here and just see if he can hear anything.
Alright, yeah. Roll perception as you do so. And hopefully the doors aren't cursed and eat you like they did with Azza in another place.
Oh my god.
Let's see.
That's like your fourth one tonight, dude.
Because Akron's highing up all the nat 20s.
For real.
Apparently.
The hot
Let's
dice.
see.
For
Hot
real.
dice this campaign's named after is only for him.
Yeah, my dice
Yeah.
only. Let's see. So it's a large double door, made of. Let's say it's made of like some kind of. It's a big stone door, so you kind of press up your ear, and you can't really hear through that. You can't hear anything on the other side.
I believe the other side of this door is completely safe.
Can I go listen to?
Yeah, go for it. $16. You push, yeah, you go to kind of like the cracks of the door, kind of like do your best to listen through them. You can't hear any signs of footsteps or whispering. You kind of just hear the kind of breeze kind of whistling as it kind of rolls down the steps you came through and towards the door. Seems quiet on the other side.
Okay. Yeah, it seems quiet. Let me listen at this door. I'll go up to this one and listen there.
Mm-hmm. 26. You can't hear anything. Maybe the slight magical crackle of a magical flame, much like the ones that are in the sconces in this room here. So you just hear the faint kind of flicker of a flame inside the room. Nothing else. Yeah, Chadwick kind of comes over to Azza and he's like, found anything around the fountain?
Silver cup. The water looks clean, but I still wouldn't drink it.
Let me have a look, see. Yeah, it looks clean enough. It's moving, it's running. But yeah, we are in a temple, so... Well, a cultish temple, so... Maybe hold off on drinking from it. But you seem to have that in hand.
Yeah.
You know, look over
Please
to...
stop drinking from odd chalices, please.
Yeah. What's everyone else up to while Salam's investigating these doors?
If there's more foes out that way towards the cave, why don't we just look through these doors first? If they decide to come up behind us, at least we know they're coming. There's a lot of space between us and them. This room is still good for fighting. If they come back, where a cave would restrict our movement.
Well, I'm down for taking a quick peek.
Sorry,
Awesome.
a quick peek in where? The double doors?
Yeah, but also the side door is of interest to me.
Alright.
I'll open the door. Just
Are you
tell me
doing...
when everyone's ready.
Are you cracking it stealthily, or are you just kind of pushing it open?
I'll push open slowly.
Yeah. So, yeah, roll stealth to kind of just like push it open and just peek on through. Okay. So you kind of push the door open, and there's a bit of a scraping sound. Your armor kind of pushes up against it. Oh wait, have you still got Pass Without Trace? Or is that dropped? Was that concentration?
It is concentration, yeah.
Did you get hit at
And
all?
no. Someone.
Alright.
The only time I was attacked was a nat 1.
Okay, so that's a 13 then. So yeah, that's fine. So yeah, you crack it open a little bit and peer on through. So let's see. So you have a quick look around. Yeah, so let's open it up a little bit. Where's the walls? Here we go. So let's crack the walls like that. Oop. So yeah, can you kind of see through a crack there?
Yeah.
So yeah, you can
Got
kind
it.
of move your token
Got cone
around
of
to get
vision.
a bit of a cone of vision. So you kind of see some steps going further on down, and then it looks like the room kind of opens up to two areas on either side of this long room. And
I turn back around. A large, probably rectangular chamber. A set of stairs leading further down.
Yeah, on one side,
What's up?
on the right of what you're looking at on the map, so I guess on your left, there would be this familiar glow light, blue aquamarine light, but on the other side there appears to be the glow of a normal fire light. So
I'm seeing two colors of light: blue on my left, and red on my right. Yeah, I'd like to shut the door.
yeah, so you kind of bring it to and relay all of that information to everyone.
Maybe we should check the other door first. I think there's a possibility that the hall might swing around.
Yes.
Or not. But this way looks like it goes deeper in.
Shepard, would you mind grabbing that door for us, please?
There's like a pause, and he goes, "Oh, right, yeah." He'll run on over, and then he'll just try the door. Yeah, seems to be locked. And he'll just shrug. Anyone got a key? Or a lockpick?
Let's check the bodies here. See if anyone was carrying.
Yeah, you go through the bodies, and yeah, none of them have any keys or anything.
Shake my head.
They just have their scimitars and spell components.
I wonder if I should be stealing the scimitars. How much can I carry?
A fair bit, probably, with your strength. I mean, you're already carrying that gargantuan scimitar from the giant Yuan-Ti abomination.
Yeah, but I can actually use that as a weapon.
So yeah, Chadwick just shrugs and says, "Anyway, we can open the door." And then kind of clicks his fingers. Oh, don't you have that that chime, Salam?
Yeah, do we want to use that here though? It only has a certain amount of uses.
He kind of steps back.
Norrin, I
It's
don't
up to you.
suppose you were ever part of a thieves guild.
No.
Oh, worth asking.
Are we not? I could ritually cast silence and we could break it open.
Suppose that could work, yes.
If you want to do that, that way we're not wasting the chime of opening. I just feel like since that's a limited use thing, we should only use it as an absolute last resort, like if we're really up against it.
Well, if we're too conservative with it, we'll never use it at all. But your point stands as true.
Exactly.
Go ahead. I could certainly use the breather, and if in 10 minutes the foe comes to investigate what happened here, well, we'll attack him on our terms.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm doing it at this side door or at the double doors? Which one do you guys want me to do?
Side door.
Yeah, that's still locked.
We could
one.
open the double door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you start ritual casting silence then. Yeah. So that's a 10-minute spell.
Yep.
I'm guessing everyone will be on active watch during this, since you're in a tricky situation, perhaps. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see. So let's see, 5 or 6 minutes into this. What are you standing next to?
This,
Oh, those are
aren't
like
braziers,
pillars of the room, I believe. Let me double check for you.
Oh, they're pillars.
I
can see that.
B1. So 2 braziers, blah blah blah. Pillars stand in 2 rows. Yeah, on them are carved. There are visages of otherworldly creatures. Okay, so everyone, except Salam, since you're kind of concentrating on casting this spell, can you roll perception, please?
Skills perception.
Perceptamundo.
Damn, I wanted to be part of the 12 club.
So yeah. Oh wait, Chadwick as well. Perception.
37.
37. 16. Okay, so Azza and Chadwick kind of notice the door over here open ever so slightly, and you see a hooded figure peeking through.
Our company. Am I allowed to move towards it?
Yeah, so he kind of pushes it open ever so slightly, the same way you did. Well, I guess he pulls it open and kind of peeks through, and then Chadwick and Azza, you kind of see him do this, so you can react in whatever way. So you could use a reaction to do something.
Well, charm person isn't reaction. But if I'm allowed to move, I'll move.
Well, I guess you could react with an action. You could use an action, yeah, to kind of do something about this.
We throw a charm at him. Bells.
Okay, so yeah, you try and charm him. So DC 14.
Whiz.
Wisdom. So he will have advantage on this.
Oh, what? He will?
Yeah.
No. I don't know why.
Oh,
Alright.
shit.
He wins.
15. Yeah, he's got Dark Devotion. Gives him advantage on saving throws against being charmed or frightened. How about that? So you kind of cast this magic on him, and he begins to blink, but he shakes it off. But Chadwick will get a shoehorn in to do something as well.
Power word kill Chadwick now. Unleash it.
He doesn't quite have that. Let's see.
Cultist doesn't know that.
Let's see, what's the range on this?
Power word kill.
Okay, so he sees Azza react and go for a charm spell, so he knows you want to kind of nab him in some way. So he will cast would this work? It says on one creature or loose object. A humanoid isn't a
Well-
creature, is it? No.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Oh,
Yeah,
is it?
Everything
it's a
that's alive,
creature.
Oh,
everything
okay.
that's not an object is a creature.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll go with that. So yeah, he will cast levitate on him. So that's a DC 16 Constitution saving throw.
I was hoping for dominate person.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so he catches this cult fanatic and he kind of just sends him up to 20 feet and he's suspended there for the duration. So I believe the walls...
I thought I was charming, but Chadwick literally whisked him off his feet.
Yeah. So the temple reaches a max height of 10 feet, so he kind of just like hovers just below that. So this guy is kind of levitating there. So we will roll initiative on this then.
Nice work, Chadwick.
He kind of nods and he kind of like puffs his chest out about there.
17. Yeah, I've never rolled that higher on initiative with this character.
Don't know why it rolled twice.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Okay, so you have an imposter that isn't actually there. So yeah, 21. Salam, do I need to change yours at all?
No, 21 was my highest.
Okay. Alright, so with ritual casting, are you able to pause and come back to it?
No, it would just have to. I would just have to stop and then I can restart.
Yeah, so you can continue with your ritual or you can stop and start again later.
I will stop and start again later.
Okay.
I will drop what I'm doing and quickly move over to here. And I'm gonna grapple him.
Okay. So he's kind of
I know
like...
it worked out so well for me last
Yeah.
time. But...
He's floating on up there, but you can like kind of just grab
Oh
him
yeah,
by...
that's right. He's floating.
Yeah. You could like grab him by
he's
the
already
legs and
finished,
like pull him down and grab a hold of him, but yeah, it's up to you.
No, I'll leave him there. I'll just
I mean, you could just like drag him into the room.
I don't have any movement left.
Alright. Well...
Oh, you know what?
You could
I'll
push him.
dash and can I dash and drag him into the room?
You can do that, but I think also with levitate you could just
shove.
You could shove him and you'll just like kind of start floating off in that direction.
Yeah, just grab his leg and toss his ass in there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do that. What kind of action is that?
That would just be a shove action. And
Okay.
since he's
So
like
yeah, I'll just kind of grab his leg and just kind of fling him into the room
yeah.
so that he goes floating in.
The only thing with that would be you would not be able to move into the room with him. You would be where you are. So it's-
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah. So yeah, you kind of shove him into the room and he goes floating. Let's see. How far
As
did it
as he floats by me, I'm gonna whack him with my flail.
go? Okay. Was it a shove a bonus action then?
I don't know.
No, so a shove is it counts as like an attack action.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so I have to do my action to pull him into the room. That's what I was asking.
Yeah.
You made it sound like it was just a free action or something.
Not in this case, no.
Okay,
There'll just be no resistance because
Yeah.
of levitate. So he can't fight it, he'll just float in.
gotcha. Okay, yeah, I'll
Yeah.
pull him and
So you
push
just
him into the room.
he automatically fails since there's no resistance. So he kind of just like gets shoved into the room, just kind of working out how far.
You want me to do like a strength check to see how far yank him?
Yeah, I mean, there's no like resistance, so I guess he would just keep going until he meets resistance. So let's just say he goes the full movement, so 30 feet in whichever direction you shove him.
Just straight in.
Okay, so let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So yeah, you shove him 30 feet and he just kind of just starts floating, kind of just like spinning around in the air slightly. His robe's all getting like turned up and tangled. Yeah. So that's that. Anything else?
No, I guess that's it.
Alright, over to Keenerin. You kind of just watch as this cult fanatic goes like spinning through the air.
I'll close the door behind us.
Yeah, you can do that.
Oh, floating man here, huh?
He's kind of just like hissing at you as he kind of floats by.
Yeah, Kino will just kind of like walk up to him like with his like hand on his chin, like, "Now, this is quite odd." But he'll bonus action Shillelagh and just like try to smack him towards Azza.
Just like tennis.
He's a pinata.
Alright, so yeah, bonus action, you just smack him with your thing in Az's direction. So yeah, that hits for 8 damage. Alright, you kind of conk him, and then he goes floating towards Azza.
But that'll be it.
Okay, so on
You
his
honked
turn,
him attack range of me.
let's see.
So be it.
The spell ends when the target gently floats to the ground if it is still... when the spell ends, is it... yeah, it's just concentration. Can levitate unwilling creature, which allows climbing, change altitude, and if you are the target, you can blah blah blah. No, it doesn't say anything about repeating a saving throw.
Nope, it's a save or suck.
So
Classic edition.
he is going to then cast Spiritual Weapon and attack Chadwick to try and break his concentration. So 17 hits
Whoa.
Chadwick. Are you gonna do something there?
Yeah, I'm gonna do whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Nice.
Now 12 to hit.
Can't sing anymore without copyright strike.
Chadwick's AC. He has no his AC is 10.
God.
Chadwick.
Get this boy some mage armor.
Yeah, get a
Not that
mage
that would
armor or shield or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should have mage armor. We can give him mage armor, but he won't have cast it. So that does hit, unfortunately,
Yep.
still. So let's roll damage.
Let me make sure I burn the use real quick.
So that's 9 damage. So he's gonna have to roll concentration. So Constitution DC 10.
C10. Show us those big numbers. I said show us those big numbers.
So he is just cracked. Well, this sickle appears and just like slashes him across the back, and his concentration breaks, causing the cult fanatic to just hit the ground. He uses half of his movement to get up, and then he lunges towards Azza and casts Inflict Wounds.
He can't. He already cast Spiritual Weapon.
That's a bonus. Oh, right, yeah. You can't do 2
Yep,
spells.
one
He cast
spell.
2 spells. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna fucking smack you then with his multi-attack dagger. He pulls out a switchblade and he's like throwing it between his hands. And then he goes in for an attack. Misses. And he'll try again.
Isn't it just fucking typical that the
16.
fun ends just before it's my turn? Then.
Yeah, so
And
he
just
tries to stab you with this little
flying
switchblade
away
he
is-
pulls out.
Flying away, fucking annoyed.
But yeah, he misses both of those, and then it comes to your turn.
Alright. I'm gonna shift over this way.
Mm-hmm.
Before doing a booming blade, which I'm just going to roll as if it was a normal attack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that hits.
There's an
So-
additional D8 of damage.
12.
Where the fuck did I roll D8? There it is.
Down at the bottom.
Nice. So 6 booming damage.
If he's not dead, then I'll bonus action a second attack.
Yeah, you bonus action a second attack. Nice. 14. It's alright. So yeah, you
Wow.
deal out 2 solid hits, and he is already well below bloodied. He is not looking good.
You hear him talking shit on your crit?
Yeah.
That was fucked up.
Did.
All the judgment. All the judgment. We got
Wow, I get
we
it.
got Judge Judy, the DM over here.
And it's
You
like,
just got
why
crit shamed.
Judge Judy. Wow.
Oh, only 14 points of damage on crit? I'm sorry, I do 47 points of damage on crit. Get on my level.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Alright, anything else?
No, please continue.
Alright, over to Kane. Let's see if you can beat 14 points of damage.
Alright, after watching Az's weak attack, Kane's gonna run in and show him how a melee attack is done.
Right. When Kane comes in with whatever melee weapon he has. Oh, shocking
All I gotta do is
grasp.
at advantage.
11. That is the advantage. 19 hits for 8 lightning damage. Right, you kind of run up beside him and like you kind of just like stroke the back of his neck and just send a bolt of electricity kind of through him, and he kind of jumps and takes 8 lightning damage. You
Oh,
kinda-
12.
Oh, 12, yeah.
Yeah, the first damage was 12.
Okay, so that's 4 more on that. So he kind of buckles and he's on his knees now. He's kind of drifting in and out of consciousness there, but he's still up. We go over to
Hey, move.
Chadwick.
That was all my movement to get there.
Dead. Stealing my flanking spot, fucker.
Okay, so Chadwick kind of roars in anger, and you see a dark look across his face, and he kind of just like disappears into shadows and kind of reappears on this fanatic, and
Chadwick, why are you wasting abilities?
yeah,
He's angry.
and then he kind of just like grabs hold of this guy. Is this not damage? That's not damage. Does it do damage? I don't think so.
See Chadwick as Shadow Hulk.
Shadow. Okay. So you'll just use chill touch instead then. He kind of just grabs him with a shadowy hand and starts trying to just choke him out with it, but it doesn't seem to work. So that didn't go as well as I thought it would. I thought the spell did damage, but it doesn't, so I didn't do it. Oh well. Salam, your turn. You just see Chadwick kind of just like trying to throttle this guy.
I will flail him.
He will just descend on this guy. Just gonna beat his ass. 16
to
hits.
hit.
Alright,
damage.
6. Yes, Lime, you kind of move in around, swing your flail down, and you kind of cave in his head, and he hits the floor dead.
Good.
Let's switch over
Well.
to this.
Where were we? I believe I was casting silence on that door over there.
Yeah.
Good
Was
job
that-
keeping an eye out, everyone.
Was that cultist alone? Seriously?
You didn't see anyone
I'm
else.
a little shocked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chadwick is kind of just like furiously kicking this body.
I let him get his rage out. But I'm going to peek again, the same way we did before. Just like,
Yeah.
is it
Roll
really,
stealth.
You really alone?
As you kind of
Alright,
peek.
Super sneaky.
And Salam will start casting again.
Let somebody sneaky peek.
I can
Alright.
be 14s when I
14.
want to.
So you peek again. Roll perception.
Except the window.
Peeking through a crack in the door, so it will be pretty high.
How about 22?
22. Okay, let's see. Where are we? Okay, so it's very. Actually, it wouldn't. It wouldn't really. Actually, the angle doesn't really work for that. No, let me check if it's stairs going up or down.
I might hear him, even if I don't see him.
Yeah, it is pretty raw. To save me looking up if the stairs are going up or down, because if they're going down, you wouldn't have the angle. Let's say you hear faint whispers of two people talking somewhere down the steps, but you can't see anyone else in the room that you are kind of peering into here. So it did look like he was on his own.
Well, I'll wave to get people's attention if they're not looking at me already, like, how could they? Then just gesture back to down that way and gonna pretend like stairs.
Yeah. So it sounded like it was coming from somewhere, some ways down the steps. Not in the immediate room.
Well, I've hopefully got them on alert. I'll close the door. Oh, wrong tool. I'll close the door. I'll go back over to whispering distance. Alright.
Inform
There's definitely
everyone.
two. They're probably a little far away, but they're close enough to hear
Okay.
them. I'm gonna stay by the doors while Salam does his casting.
Okay.
Make sure,
Ooh, sorry.
just make sure someone's watching out for the cavern opening on the side. There's no guarantee they're not gonna come that way.
Yeah, so you can split your watches. Okay, so Salam starts the ritual casting once again. Yeah, this time you are not interrupted and you get Dispel to start off. And yeah, the area around that door is covered in a eerie magical silence.
Cool. Kind of motion to everybody, like trying to get their attention.
Yeah, eventually you'll catch one of them and then everyone will join you over at the door.
Yeah.
I walk backwards with a longbow, watching the doors, being cautious.
Tap on Az's shoulder, and then like point at him, point at myself, and then point at the door.
Mm-hmm.
Thumbs up,
And-
or the Faerunian equivalent.
Great.
And I make that shoulder charge.
And
Okay.
I am
Posture.
doing the same thing.
So you're working together to break this door in.
Yeah. I'll just go like.
Yeah. So roll.
You want to both roll?
Um.
I'll leave it up to Acheron if it's 2 rolls or advantage.
Yeah. In this case, yeah, you're both there. It's big enough for both of you to both kind of shoulder charge. It's quite a large door. So yeah, you
Okay.
can combine your rolls. It looks to be quite a large, sturdy door, so there's room enough for both.
Roger. Shoulder check.
Alright, yeah, you blast that door. So it's got a pretty sturdy lock, and it's a heavy door, but with both of you kind of just ramming into it, you kind of easily kind of break the frame of the door, and it kind of is blown open in a silent manner. And you find a door leading to this room here. So bundles of papers, diagrams, scrolls and books lie scattered on a desk and across the floor of this room, which is lit by 2 glowing crystal spheres on a shelf along the north wall.
Chappie, Kay, I think you're going to want to see this and look through this stuff.
Yeah, Chadwick comes on in.
Keener will stay here to keep watch.
Okay. Yeah, you are
I'll
in...
leave you all to it. I'm going to go stand watch with Keenerin.
Yeah. Are you going to maintain the silence, though?
You can't hear him, he's in the silence.
Yeah, if you were going to call out that people are here, you'd need to get rid of the silence, but that's, yeah, your choice. And was it a 20-foot sphere as well on the door?
Yeah.
So,
Or,
yeah, it would be kind of like getting a bit of the room as well.
Okay.
So do you want to keep
Yeah,
it?
I'll just drop it. I don't feel
Alright.
like there's any reason after we
Yeah,
burst the
you've
door
already
open.
broke the door. Yeah, no
Yeah.
problem. So yeah, you drop the spell, and the kind of background noise of this place kind of returns to you.
Are these light sources lootable?
Okay, let's have a look.
Look, like crystals.
So
That's just
yeah,
trying to shove everything in his
on the
pockets.
shelf, you see 2 glowing spheres, a little cracked. Yeah, a bit
But
bit
they
damaged. And they're glowing, but maybe not as brightly as they should do. Drift globes are quite common, I think. So you'll probably be able to know what they are, being trained in the magical arts. I think drift globes are common enough for you to know what they are. So you would expect them to be a bit more potent with their light, so maybe they've been damaged a bit. But yeah, they are there.
Kane's gonna go over the books with Chappie.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
See if
Kane
he
and
could pull
Chappie
anything
get together.
useful, or if there's anything rare that he thinks Candlekeep would like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you and Chadwick, you pick up the book and you and Chadwick start thumbing through it. Azza, did you pick up those spheres?
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm gonna keep them. I keep
Yeah.
them out so the room's lit, but yeah, I grab them.
Okay, so yeah, Azza grabs these spheres off of the shelf, and everyone's attention is suddenly drawn to Azza as he lets out a yelp as the floor opens up beneath him, and he drops down roughly 20 feet. Landing prone at the bottom of a pit and taking 9 damage.
Honestly, did not see that one coming.
Yeah, so
Was
there's
really
a
not expecting a trap here.
there's a yelp, and you all look towards Azza, and you kind of see him just disappear into this space in the floor. You still have the orbs.
There
Maybe
was
you,
no dex saving throw to try to like hold on to the like ledge or anything like that.
How can I hold onto the ledge
No,
when my
it doesn't
hands have
say
these
that.
comfortable balls?
He's also kind of got his hands busy with two balls, so yeah, there's that. But yeah, there's no saving throw.
Wow.
You kind of just see him kind of just disappear into this pit. Yeah, 9 bludgeoning.
Watching,
Big trap
As you
with
can-
no saving throw.
Yeah,
watching Squirrel Daddy laugh got me laughing.
so yeah, you find yourself at the bottom of a 20-foot feet. I just drooled on my keyboard. Nice. Always a good look. So does anyone help, or do you just like just keep on going?
Okay.
I'll go help.
Azza, are you okay down there?
Yep, I'm good.
Oh, he's fine. He's just relaxing.
I'll lower down some rope to him and pull him up.
Yeah.
I'll pocket at least the globe so I can grab
Yeah.
her.
So they're 2 drift globes. They're not in perfect working order though. But yeah, you got 2 of those. So yeah, you using the rope, you make your way up. You lose your grip a couple of times, and but you keep trying, and eventually you'll probably get up, I'm sure. Yeah, unless you're forever failing and stuck in that pit for the rest of time. Who knows? But yeah, eventually you'll probably get out of there. So yeah, looking at
Before I
this
take the
book,
rope, is the pit empty apart from myself?
now that you're out of it, yeah, it is empty. Yes. So yeah, Kane and Chadwick are poring over this book. So looking at this book, it's
Yeah, I'm
titled Retribution of the Ancients. Yes. Looking through it, it seems to describe various dark rituals, but also looks to serve as a spell book. And it's got a number of spells prepared in there, listing them here. So Cone of Cold,
Oh,
Contact of the
Jesus.
Plane, Counterspell, Darkness, Detect Magic, Fear, Fireball, Greater Invisibility, Fly, Ice Storm, Mage Armor, Magic Missile, Misty Step, Polymorph, Ray of Sickness, Shield, and Suggestion.
James gonna pocket this book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, that was on the table. There was the book, but there's also a few drawers and a wooden box as well. Whizlock. Yeah. So, anything else to do in this room?
I will investigate the drawers for
Alright.
traps.
Oh, yeah, so you check for traps first. So, yeah, roll investigation to look for traps.
Got myself got slapped a little sense into me.
Mm-hmm. You can't seem to find anything suspect with these drawers.
The famous DC 15 pit trap. Alright, I open the drawers.
Alright, you open the drawers, nothing happens, and inside the drawer you find 2 golden medallions, each worth 125 gold pieces.
I need to write that down. I need a pencil. Oh, yeah, I typed it. You typed it. That's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so all that remains is a heavy looking wooden box, but one curious thing about this box is the seam of it is kind of coated with an amount of wax, so it's kind of like been sealed with a coating of wax around where it would open up. And there's also like evidence of like extra wax and ways to light and melt it.
Curious indeed.
Well, I'll pull out the box and put it on top of the table.
Yeah, it's already on top of the table.
Ah, oops.
That's alright. Yeah.
wasn't-
So in the drawers were just the 2 medallions, and then on the table was the book and the wooden box.
Examining the medallions, is there anything notable about them?
Um,
Other than they're golden and worth a lot?
let me see, what was it?
Medallions typically do depict something.
So on the medallion is a depiction of a distended tongue with a torn root.
Well, that probably reduces the value by like 5 gold. I passed 1 to Kane and 1 to Chadwick. Do these marks mean anything to you? You know what they mean?
Can I do an Arcana check?
It'd be more for history to identify the meaning of the symbol. It's not really to do with magic in any way. So a history check.
16's still good.
Kane's not sure. Chadwick says, I don't know anything about the symbol, but if memory serves, wasn't the tongues of that family, weren't they cut out? Maybe that's something to do with the cult we have going on here. So I guess
right.
it's a
Right, Paul.
symbol of this here cult we've got on our hands.
Yeah, so I seem to have blocked that memory out.
It's made
Thanks
of
for the
gold.
reminder.
So
Is there any sort of like journal or diary or anything like that that depicts their plans or anything?
um
Did you guys find anything like that?
Not yet.
there's in the book there's various rituals for kind of making sacrifices, summoning creatures. Roll maybe was it the intelligence or an arcana to suss out? It could be either. To kind of suss out what some of these rituals might be aiming for. And you can kind of use other scraps of notes kind of thrown around. Yeah, Chadwick will help out with that.
Not Chadwick.
16. He's a book nerd, alright. So yeah, Chadwick will definitely be able to suss them out. It seems not too sure. Maybe details on how to summon those weird creatures that we saw before, you know, the beaky tentacle things. Seems to involve the sacrifice of at least 2 dead people. Yeah, it's dark stuff. There's other things here. More experimental. Kinda demonic, but somewhat related to nature in some way. Seems to be multiple areas of magic here. Yes.
Which areas might those be?
So there's like the summoning magic for getting those grells. That's kind of you need 2 sacrificial lives to summon one of them. But there's other kind of magics that are to do with the kind of necromancy, killing people using their bodies kind of thing, but it seems to be flavored with kind of druidic nature vibes, if that makes any sense.
It doesn't.
Yeah, so this is some crazy new magic. So like necromancy, but it's kind of like maybe using...
Because those 2 things are like anathema to each other.
Yeah.
Necromancy and nature.
So yeah, it seems like this is some very weird experimental magic here. Which is why Chadwick's very confused regarding it. Probably leaning more to necromancy than druidic arts.
It might be as it might be as simple as some sort of conjuration magic based on with a macabre material component. I don't know. Seems outside my field.
Yeah. So all that is left in the room is the suspect wooden box. There's no lock on it, but it's sealed with that wax I mentioned all around the kind of edge of where it would open up.
Should probably check that for traps, huh?
Yes.
I can always melt the wax from a distance with Mage Hand. Have Mage Hand hold a little candle to it.
Without damaging the box, right?
Well, hopefully.
I mean, it's
Mage
just
Hand can get a
wax.
little
You could
shaky.
probably like just pick it or chip it off quite easily.
Take like a dagger and just run it along the seam.
Yeah, you could do that. You could take out a dagger and just winkle that wax off.
Gonna make sure there's nothing
Uh,
explosive.
Chappie, you want to look for a trap on that thing?
It kind of scratches his head. It's not really my expertise, but yeah, I'll give it a shot with his investigation.
Yeah, if he's got proficiency in investigation, I'll give him advantage as I assist.
Okay. 26. So he kind of looks at it and he's like, I can't see any mechanism for any mechanical or magical trap, but it's kind of curious why they would put wax around it. I guess that would make it airtight, but that's the only thing I could surmise.
So what's inside might be something that could be decayed, perhaps, if it needs to be airtight.
He kind of
Or
shrugs.
perhaps
Yeah.
it's not impossible that this chest might be dipped in water. Everything that's airtight is watertight. But I guess that's just speculation. Let's back up and let Kane do his work.
Yeah, okay.
Can we use Mage Hand to chip away at the wax?
Yeah. So you chip away the wax and then the little box is free to be opened.
I'll do it.
Be careful in there,
with-
please.
Okay.
On the side. Slowly open it.
Okay, so you slowly open it, stood next to this mage hand that's still there. As you open it, like a puff of what looks to be spores kind of kick up into your face. So can you make a Constitution saving throw, please?
See.
DC
comes the big
13.
con. Here comes the big con.
Nice. Very good. So you kind of just catch it and kind of hold your breath and cover your mouth and then kind of just waft away these spores and thankfully feel no effect. Then you kind of gaze on insides of this box and yeah, you see a kind of a small collection of white fibrous blobs of what looks to be decomposing matter with capped fungi growing all over it.
What is it, Azza?
Flesh, I guess, with fungus on it.
It's not
I was
tongue,
right.
is it?
It's not tons. I mean, it could be. You're not sure.
They're gelatinous. I guess they could have been. They're white, though. You said they're white.
Yeah, white fibrous blobs of decomposing matter with like a
Right.
capped fungi growing on them.
Fibrous as well.
Yes.
Could it be
Entirely sure
dog
what this
poop?
is. I
Huh?
don't think dog poop is fibrous
poop.
either.
Oh, that's right. but it does turn white.
Yeah. I suppose.
You could roll nature to kind of see what it is, but it's really not. Well, you did that learning, so I think you have don't you have advantage on nature checks now relating to fungi after your
Yeah.
little research project that was given to you. But yeah, you could
I
all
was gonna ask
have a
about.
look.
I was gonna ask about the fungus, anyways. That interests me.
Kieran kind of wants to investigate it as well.
Yeah, so you can all come in and have a look. See. So
More the
14.
merrier.
Can I use my like herbalism kit proficiency to take a look at it?
Yeah.
With my proficiency with herbs.
Yeah.
Whatever,
Yeah, you can.
whatever my assumption is, I'll give the next people a look some room.
Well, Keenerin doesn't get that.
Yeah.
Surprisingly. Maybe it's just something you haven't gotten around to reading about yet. Azza and Salam, you have a hunch that it might be something known as a phycomid fungus.
Myconids, huh?
Yeah. So Kane can add on top of that. So Kane kind of goes on to explain how phycomids, yeah, they're kind of pretty noxious fungus that typically kind of reproduces and spreads by infecting other organisms with their spores and then gradually kind of overtaking their bodies. So he probably also mentions that it's a very good thing that Azza didn't breathe any of that shit in. There seems to be just a sample of that though, so maybe it's not too dangerous to kind of like have, but yeah, that's probably why it was in that sealed box.
Perhaps we can save it for further research.
What if they intended to spread this throughout the city of Waterdeep?
That would be bad.
Whatever religion they're in, it definitely demands a great sacrifice, and what's a better sacrifice than giving the city of Waterdeep to whatever patron you wish?
It's hard to guess motives now, but that certainly seems reasonable as one. Perhaps we can collect some for scholarly purposes, but
You can,
This
yeah,
definitely
it's small
this
enough that you
definitely
could just take
explains
it.
definitely explains why they had it sealed airtight.
Can
If we take it in the box, we should as well.
Yeah, can we take the bits of like wax scrap and like fill them back into the holes and then kind of use some fire to like melt it back together so that it's sealed again?
So yeah, there's extra wax and enough materials to reseal this. So it looks like this box has been opened and resealed a number of times.
Okay.
So yeah, you can reseal it with that wax seal to make it airtight again.
All right, who wants to hang on to the box?
Yeah.
Kieran?
It's small enough to go into someone's bag.
Yes, I'll hold on to it.
So yeah, add that to your inventory. Small wooden box, airtight sealed with wax, containing sample of phycomids.
I think that's everything. Am I mistaken?
Oh, I've got a typo in there. Heavy amount of.
Loot, containers, add.
Don't forget to add it on D&D Beyond, or else it'll overwrite the next time our sheets
Yeah.
get updated.
Yeah, very true.
I've had that happen to me before.
Okay, so looks like that's everything else in this room, unless you want to give it a more thorough search. What did you do? Anything else? You kind of just picked out what you could see, didn't you? Yeah. What next?
We didn't notice any like secret areas or anything in there when we were looking, did we?
You're kind of just really looking at specific. Well, I think the early investigation was for traps on the drawers and the wooden box, so you haven't really combed the room for like any secret compartments or anything.
Chappie, do you want to just give the room a once over quick and look for any secret compartments or anything like that? Beware of the trap in the floor.
He kind of looks over and says, "Yeah, I can see that. I'm not blind." But he says, "I guess that's my job now. I guess so. Yeah, sure. Maybe I need to read
Well,
up
you're
on
good
how."
at it. It's a compliment.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have a look around. He kind of just like walks around, kind of just like he just walks around the room, kind of just like running his hands along the walls, not really trying to find anything. Let me see. But then his like sleeve kind of catches on a gap in the wall, and he's like, "What? Huh? I think I found something over here." And he kind of like gestures everyone to kind of come over to this corner. My sleeve seems to be caught in a gap in the stonework. And he starts like kind of running his fingers along. And then he kind of like gives it a push and finds a secret tunnel room thing.
Is it a tunnel or a room?
It's a very short passage by the look of it.
Okay.
And you can see on the other side as well, it looks like there's a handle or just something to grab onto to kind of pull it open. So yeah, you can pull that other side to get on through there over here. Basically, yeah, there's a thing to pull on to open the wall up and go through. So it's a very, very short passage.
Good job, Chappie.
Huh, yeah. Guess it was.
Yeah, I told you were good at that. Maybe next time do it with less ass.
He kind of sighs, like, fine.
I give him a pat on the back and then just look into what's opened up.
Yeah, it's a very short passage, and then on the other side there's a handle to grab onto to open up the other side.
Well, are we opening up the other side, or?
Yeah, let's have Kane do it from distance, of course.
From a distance.
Yeah, Kane's gonna mage hand it.
It's a heavy stone wall, so it'll be a little bit of a hard ask, but I'm sure Chadwick has a mage hand as well that could assist. And yeah, you pull it open, revealing it. The passage goes through to this room over here.
I'll step through.
No pitfalls, no poison darts or boulders. Yeah, you step into this area. As you recognize the glow of the fire. So you see, let's see, a bronze oil lamp burning on one of the two tables in this area that was giving that light off that you saw. Both of which hold wood carving tools and strange wooden objects. As you grow close and take a look at them, they seem to be wooden handmade symbols depicting the same symbol you saw on the gold medallions, a distended tongue with a worn root. And there's a number of them being made, but there's also a kind of big bag of them. And you can probably guess there's anywhere between 40 or even 50 of these symbols.
What material did you say they're made of?
These ones are just wooden,
Okay.
so not as valuable, if anything, as the
It's the same
gold ones.
symbol, though?
It's the same thing, but made out of wood.
Okay.
So presumably the gold ones would be for the fancy upper echelon of this cult. These are just for the normies.
Gotcha.
It seems I was almost right. That door did lead back around, in a sense. I can see the double doors off in front of me.
Yeah, and off on the other side you have what looks to be some sort of
Appears to be a desk
office
as well.
space or something. Another desk.
Now, don't make too much noise here. I did hear voices further down the steps. Two of them. They're far enough away, but close enough to be heard. Seems the same is true of us. I say with a sigh, knowing that I do not stealth.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything like a sets of tools here that we might collect? The tongues are
Just like
probably not worth
wood carving tools. You could probably get something like that. It's not
much.
really.
I want to.
Is there a wood carving kit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
think
probably
so, yeah.
yeah.
probably
there-
like 5 gold or something.
Yeah, there's probably there's 3 tables, so there'd be 3 kind of sets of wood carving kits.
I loot the wood carving kits.
Mm-hmm.
Head to the loot page.
Okay, so yeah, you kind of grab those. They're in pretty good nick. And then,
Carver's tools are worth 1 gold piece.
mm-hmm. So there's 3 of
A little
those.
less than I thought, but hey, more than I had before.
Yeah, and then yeah, across the room you see a desk there. Looking over, you see books and a few trinkets kind of spread across the wooden desk, set into this little area of this room, which is lit by a burning brazier, giving off that eerie aquamarine light. Yeah, it seems the trinkets aren't really visible from this, so you'd need to go over and take a look.
I guess I will, just to be quiet, I will turn into a raven and fly over here
Mm-hmm.
to just kind of look around on the desk and see what's there and everything.
Yeah, so you turn into a raven and kind of just quietly flap on while you glide on over there and take a look on the desk. You take a quick look and you see some odd looking trinkets. Let's see what you find. Firstly, you find a knife. Kind of the hilt is made of kind of like a kind of gnarled hand that kind of grips onto a blade that kind of has some suspect blood stains on it.
So it's like a ceremonial knife.
Not really ceremonial. More like a letter opener, that kind of size knife. Let's see, so 14 and then you find also a giant scale from some reptilian creature. And there's one more. A single caltrop made from bone. How about that? And then, yeah, amongst all these knickknacks, you find a book. Kind of, it's closed. It doesn't seem to have a title at the moment, so you'd have to kind of flick it open to kind of find out what it is.
Yeah, I'll open it and see what the title is.
You kind of, yeah, I guess you could use your kind of beak to kind of like
Yeah.
open it up. So you kind of flick it open and then kind of quickly give it a glance through, and it appears to be registries of purchases, as well as a list of items and people.
So it's like a ledger.
That kind of thing. Quick. Let's see. If you want to spend to get more information, you'd have to spend quite a few minutes to kind of like look through it and do an
Let
insight
somebody
check.
else do that. I'm not a reader.
Yeah. So at first
So
glance, it
was
looks
registries
important.
of purchases,
Yeah.
and then there was also people.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of looks important, but yeah, it seems to be a registry listing purchases and lists of items and people. Looks to be important at a glance.
I go up and into the air and just start flying really fast in a circle around the book, trying to get everyone's attention. Quietly.
Is there anyone stealthing at all?
Yeah, Kieran with stealth.
Yeah, roll stealth. I guess Chadwick will follow suit. How are we doing for time? Yeah, I'll probably wrap up looking around this room. Wow, 12 from Chadwick. Azza, are you hanging back?
Mr. Stealth Boy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm hanging back.
If you decide hand back, I guess Chadwick will stick with you then. So yeah, Kane and Keenerin kind of come on over and have a look at this book and the trinkets that Salam has found. So yeah, you kind of give it a glance as well. At first glance, it looks to be of importance, but if you wanted to really kind of understand what it is, it would probably take a bit of time to kind of go through properly. You could insight check that as well to kind of see what it's really about.
Kane would just want to see if the name of the employee at the cobbler place is in there, like something that he would recognize after talking with them.
A quick look, you can't see his name anywhere. Insight check, yeah. So Keenerin, that's a good insight check. You'll need to kind of sink a few minutes into kind of looking through this book though to do it properly. Are you okay with that?
I mean, he'd make sure it was fine with everybody else first. Just be like, can you stand watch for a moment? I want to flip through to see if this is of importance.
Yeah, Kane will post up on this wall and just kind of keep his eyes down the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then he'll kind of, maybe speed read or flip through, try to. Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll get that in 18 then. And like Kane, if anyone's keeping watch, roll perception.
When Salam moves there, I move here because I'm not sure if he's in line of sight of anyone.
Okay. So 20, 25. So, yeah. So, off in the distance, you feel like you can hear some words on the air, but it's possibly too far away to really get any kind of grasp of. But then, after a minute or so, you swear you hear someone kind of fidgeting somewhere near the bottom of the steps there. And then, yeah, so Keenerin, you finish kind of flipping through and insight checking this book. You kind of start looking closely at the names, and you get the sense that a lot of this information might be just made up. And with that high insight check that goes beyond what you needed, you can probably surmise that it might be a trap or a way of testing security. So if this was to go missing and any of these names came up in some circles anywhere, it would indicate that this person has stolen or been snooping around when they shouldn't have been. So it's kind of like a trap in that way.
Okay. Yeah, he'll just he'll kind of explain that to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like it's a trap. At least that's what I'm getting. You have to really read between the lines on this one, but
Yeah, at first glance it seems fine, but then they start to run out of fake names and it becomes a bit ridiculous.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, Salam, are you heading down the steps then?
I just, as soon as I hear somebody kind of fidgeting around down there, I just kind of fly to there, and I am holding my action to transform back into myself if I see anyone hostile.
So you kind of flutter down there, and when you get closer, yeah, you definitely hear some fidgeting going on around the corner, but it doesn't seem to be moving up on you at all.
Okay.
So yeah, I think we're past our finishing time here, so unfortunately we'll have to end things here and pick up again next week to find out what happens with the rest of this temple. But yeah, a lot's happened. There was a very big welcome party. You've picked up a few clues, smashed some heads. Salam had a close brush with some powerful inflict wounds magic. So yeah, you've definitely blown open the doors of this this cult here, and now we will continue next week and see what other mysteries are within. So yeah, drop a follow, join the Discord down below, and tune in again next week on Tuesday, 8 PM BST, to find out what happens with the rest of this place. Yeah, and then on Sundays, same time, I also play in a Waterdeep Dungeon of the Mad Mage campaign. Yeah, so tune in for that as well if you're interested. And then on Thursdays, I play in another campaign over on Hawk's channel, if you want to tell us about that.
Oh yeah. So yep, Thursdays 3 to 6 p.m. Eastern, we're doing Icewind Dale, this same group. Last session they had a run-in with a Demi-Lich, and there was a whole bunch of dropping and getting back up and
That
then
was
dropping
tough.
again. Yeah, it was yeah, nothing like a DC 15 con save or drop to 0 hit points and start making death saves. That's fun.
It's just like, yeah, you're down. 0.
Yep. And then if you pass, you're frightened. Woo!
That was really powerful.
Anyways, it's good stuff. We're in the in chapters. We're coming to. They're almost to the citadel of the lost city of Ithrin. So yes, come by.
Excellent. Very good. Anyone else got anything to shout out?
Yeah, over on Twitch you can catch me, Swirl Daddy 7. Been playing some Call of Duty Warzone, getting a lot of kills, a lot of wins. Gonna be playing some War Tales and waiting for a Star Citizen update to drop. So hop on by.
Anything else? Salam, Abba?
Just thanks for DMing, and thanks everybody for playing. That was a lot of fun.
Thanks for those 5 crits.
Yeah, thanks for critting me 5 times in a fucking row.
That was bonkers.
That's
Thanks
the
for
most ridiculous one I've ever seen. I've seen 3 in a row before. I've never seen more than 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for another great game session.
No worries. Thanks for playing.
Remember, the weather's getting hot, so keep cool. Maybe set out some water for any animals. You know, if there's people you know who don't have AC, maybe invite them over for dinner.
Very kind
Things
of
like
you.
that.
Good, yeah. Thanks for playing, guys, and yeah, thanks for watching. Drop a follow to everyone who shouted at their channel, and See you all next time. Bye bye.
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 Bye.